This user has James Smith. Expand this. You see, here we have more fields: department, region, location, inactive, job title, call center. But here it's only showing few. The reason is here in the application. Whatever attribute we define, SailPoint will only bring those attributes. So we have defined all this, so it will only bring those. If we define all, it will bring all. If you define only one, it will only bring one. So this is the purpose of schema. So now, and the schema I explained. You now click that cover schema attribute, it will again load all this. Okay, save this so. Authoritative application. Configuration destination is done. Schema is also done. Okay, preview is working. Okay, so application is completely working. Now all coming back to the task. Okay, I created this task. Okay, now you see accounts can, 157. Account identity is created, 157. We have verified that. I'll go back to this task in this. This is a critical. I don't need to open it again. I can simply right-click and execute in background. Okay, now you'll see its work executing here. Wait for some time. This is done this time, it took 5 seconds. Okay, accounts can 1 to 57. Identity subreddit 157. This time it will not create new identities. Why? Because the unique attribute value is same like previously. There was one user created with bunny employee. Again. We are fetching same user, so SailPoint. Know that this user is only created by to get a new identity, right? So, instead of creating new, it will up, okay. Otherwise, whenever you run the irrigation, it will keep, multiplying your identities. Now open the James Smith. Click here. Go to application. Expand this. Now you see the remaining attribute are also coming department email, because now we have changed the schema here. Right here, if you go to see, here we have all this attribute. All are coming up here, okay. So whatever you define in the schema, which SailPoint will aggregate. Only those attribute for each account. Okay, so your aggregation is cutting, but fetching the refreshed details from that file, Excel file, whatever we have loaded. Yeah, so the purpose of aggregation task is to fetch the data from target application, basically your application system, into SailPoint. That is the only purpose of aggregation task. Okay, got it. Like. Whatever new details or new users are added in that file, every time whenever aggregation is run, those details will be added into the SailPoint. Got it. Now I am going to show you few more options here in the task. Okay, slowly, I'll show you. So in this HRMS aggregation, we selected one application. As of now, we have not selected any. Option here. Right, if I save and execute again because we have not changed anything in the application schema, right? Sorry, in the whole application. Now you see optimized going to decide. I'm not make any changes right in this application. Let me run it again. Okay, HRMS application scan and optimize. It's not showing updated. The reason is when you have defined the application, after you are not making any change. Your application is ready when, and this is your source data system if you don't have any changes in the system, by default, SailPoint, perform optimization. Okay, so it will not bring this account again. Okay, now, if you want to disable the optimization, go back to task. Open this task. You see the disable optimization of unchanged account. Okay, we'll select this option and we'll update. this time we will not see that. Optimize. You will see updated. You see updated because we have disabled the optimization. Okay, so every time it will bring this account and it will update whether the changes are not present or not. Okay, now there is a one more. Let's say this is for all the employees that we have in our organization. So after some time, see HRT will also remove user from this list. Right, they can remove like this. These are not the employee of our organization, so let's remove those. Record how SailPoint will detect those changes. So for that reason, we have one more option that we need to enable here in the aggregation task. Scroll down. You will see this, detect deleted account, any account which was previously aggregated into SailPoint. Now that is not present in the source. If you want to delete those account, you have to select this option. Okay, tomorrow HRT might delete this record from the system. Let's say, I delete from here, delete, save. Okay, save this file. Okay now. Tomorrow HRT can delete this. Okay, if I don't use this option, you'll see this. Save and execute. Scan 50, 156, upgraded 156. So now, one user was not present, so it didn't do anything here. But let's say you want to delete that user from the SailPoint also, if that is not present in the source, so use this option, detect deleted account. That means SailPoint will detect those accounts which are deleted in the target system, and SailPoint will also delete from the SailPoint warehouse. Okay, save and execute now, we'll see one deleted. One is deleted because one user was not one account was not present here in the source, and that was previously added, but that is not present now. So SailPoint will remove that one unnecessary account from the SailPoint system. Okay, so that is the detect deleted account option. So here the count will not be decreased by 1, like identities updated. No, so total identities are 156 here. 156. Okay, one is added. Yeah, got it. Yeah, so, previous, and there was one more user present, so total identity previously was 157, correct. Okay, now it is showing 156. Yeah, 156 updated and one is deleted. Okay, got it understood. Yeah, so this is the authoritative onboarding we have completed. But if you see here, if you open the user, you will see few issues. You open this user, first name, last name, these fields are not coming up. Okay, right. Yes, when we are opening the Aaron Nicholas user, right, the Aaron Nicholas first name, last name email should also come here. Right, all this field should come here, and we also want to populate. We have. If you see, here we have a country, we have department, we have location, we have call center. Different attribute based on the organization to organization. We have the sample data. We also want to show this attribute here. Okay, department, business unit, etc. Right, so that is called identity mapping. That comes under the initial data loading, right? Initially we do this from the authoritative application because in this, if you see, this HRMS has the trusted data. When you provide your documentation, they create your entry in their system based on your documents. You provide your ID proof and all based on that, they output your first name, last name, they generate an email ID, and they'll provide your employee ID. They'll decide your department location, your grade, etc. correct, so that data is also present in this case. But that is not coming up here in this attribute. Okay, so we need to populate that. So in order to populate that, we need to go here setting global setting. This is identity mapping. Configure the identity that are managed by Dick. Now, by default, you will see only this attribute. The reason is, SailPoint says that, we are not sure what attribute you are going to use in your organization. You might use department, you may use cost center, you may use, business unit. Anything right. We are not sure what attribute you will use. We only sure that there are few attributes which will be common to all organization in the world: first name, last name, email right, active and active. So that's the reason we are providing all this default, and we are giving you flexibility that whatever attribute you want to implement for your client, for your customer, you can choose those attributes. You can basically create those attributes. So first I will show you how to perform mapping. If you see, these are the same attribute that we have here. We have it right now. You see primary source mapping that is blank for all this attribute. So we want to populate the first name, we want to populate the value of last name. So what I'll do? I'll click on this first name. Scroll down source mapping. Add source. Select application from which application we want to populate. We want to populate the data from the HRMS for which attribute first name. We define this mapping here. Save this same for last name. Add source HRMS last name. Add save. Same for the email, because we do have this email attribute here. So, email add source, HRMS. Email add save right.